Welcome to the Lessons Learned for Vets podcast page. My name is Lori Norris, and I created this show for you. I want this show to serve as a source of advice and guidance as you navigate the military transition path. I want you to know that you're not alone with what you're going through, and I want you to know that there is only one right way to transition out of the military, and that is the way that you choose to do it. We're just here to help smooth the path ahead of you and advise you about any bumps in the road that you might come across. So if you enjoy this video, please give us a like, subscribe to our page, and I encourage you to go to your favorite podcast provider and listen to the full episode of this show. You can also visit our website at www.ll4forvets.com. I promise you will get some great information. Well, if you haven't yet listened to the full podcast episode with Deon, you got to go check it out because, man, does he have some good ideas on strategically building your network and creating that name recognition so that people think of you when they think of someone that they need in your area of specialty. So thank you so much for doing the whole podcast with us, Deon.
Absolutely.
So I want to talk to you about two things. There was one last lesson that we didn't get to on the podcast, and that was the importance of focus. And you kind of learned this important lesson in transition. And I talk about focus till I'm blue in the face. But tell me why focus was so important for you in your transition.
All right. So I will tell you that getting out of the military is probably as complicated as it is going in. It requires planning, patience, and a lot of work. If all you do is just fill out a checklist and expect everything to work out, you're going to encounter a big surprise and a lot of issues. All right. So especially jumping from a structured military life to a civilian life is a significant change that can bring uncertainty and frustration and inevitably lead to decision fatigue. Right. So it is very important to, and I tell everybody, write everything down, create that checklist or a job board, so to speak, of everything that you believe you need to accomplish, and then prioritize those things. And the other big thing about focus is no matter how much you focus on that thing, it takes time. Right. It is not going to happen overnight. The job interview process doesn't happen overnight. The recruiters or HR individuals calling you back does not happen overnight. It takes time. As in the military is like, oh, hey, we can go over to this department and ask them why this is not completed yet and get an answer and we get it done. It's not that way in the civilian sector. So focus is absolutely, absolutely important. Maintain your focus and your charge toward what you're going to do. And the one last thing that I would add to focus is if something fails, embrace it, learn from it, and go about it a different way, but do not give up. It'll happen for you when it's meant to happen.
And then I wanted you also to share one other really important lesson, and that was that you don't have to do this alone, right? So tell me about what you learned about kind of going it alone and the importance of getting a transition buddy.
From day one in the military or military life, no matter what branch you're in, they tell you, where's your battle buddy or where's your, you always have somebody with you, or once you get into being in charge of something, always take somebody with you, right? And I've taken that adage everywhere. So any competitions I've ever done, any PCSs or big decisions, either my transition battle buddy was the wife Meyers 6 or it was somebody that I worked with in the actual military. So when it came to transition, Rafael Rivera, right? We were both at our last two duty stations together and we were both talking about getting out. Same MOSs, same jobs, and we were both trying to figure out what we wanted to do. So we're sitting in transition assistance program areas together, bouncing ideas off each other, trying to figure out pay and benefits from there, trying to figure, well, I don't want to do this, or hey, there's this certification class coming up. I think we should go sit in this. And we would be sitting there doing all of this stuff together, keeping both of ourselves accountable for what we're doing. And it has helped me in my transition, helped him in his transition. And again, we're both happy with the way things went. There are some things that we wish we could have changed, but they were out of our hands. But absolutely do not try to go at transitioning by yourself. There is a plethora of individuals and resources and organizations out there that will help you help yourself have a very smooth transition from the military.
Bottom line, don't do it alone. You didn't do the military process alone. Why would you want to leave the military alone? So make sure you get somebody in there that maybe they're accountable for you, or you can bounce ideas off of them, or you can vent when you're frustrated, or maybe they're really good at writing and you're really good at interviewing. And so you help each other out in that way. And so I love that, leveraging each other's strengths, being there to support each other, and just really kind of walking through that mud together, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Don't do it alone. Thank you so much, Deon.
Anytime.
Hey, thank you for watching the video today. Have you subscribed to our channel yet? Did you leave us a comment? Have you listened to the full episode of the podcast on your favorite podcast provider? We sure would appreciate it if you would do all of these things to support us today.